In this video, we like to celebrate 14 Juillet, like the French do. Guido, our youngest son, comes to visit us for about 1 week. To celebrate this, we do some Barolo wine tasting with him. We visit Airo, where we see the Concorde and the Airbus. And after having discovered Toulouse per trottinette, we say goodbye to Guido. We arrived in Toulouse, the official starting point of Canal du Midi. We stay in Porte Saint-Sauveur, which is close to the city center. 14 Juillet is Bastille Day in France. It is the French national day on which they celebrate the anniversary of the storming of the Bastille. This day in 1789 is one of the major events and starting point of the French Revolution. France was no longer a kingdom but a republic. Nowadays, this date is celebrated with big fireworks. The fireworks is accompanied by, of course, French music, and it was launched from pontoons in the middle of the Garonne. In total, it lasted for about 45 minutes. More than 300,000 people gathered along the Garonne in the city center. It is amazing to experience that despite of the big crowd, the atmosphere is so relaxed.
The next day, it's time to enjoy a family lunch. We all love the French cheeses and sausages.
Wat is er een bakje daar naast je glas?
Rillette of goose.
Oei.
Eeuwe is glad with the help of his son, because he does a better job than I could ever do. Guido brought a spare part of the David, which was broken.
Hoe laat zijn jullie terug?
The boys are off. They want to see if they can reach the Garonne with the dinghy. But first they must try to open the automatic lock. He's so much better in helping repairing the David. Done. The doors open and they enter the lock.
Normally, you're of course not allowed to pass a lock with a dinghy. Because the lockkeeper saw us on camera, I had to ask him friendly if he could make an exception for us. I told him I was accompanied by a big famous rock star from Holland. It worked.
Young rock stars make vertical short video clips like this. Like I said, it's boy bonding day.
Ja.
Ja, ik zag het.
Es sind über
Somehow you always run into people you've met before in another harbor. European Championship football on the television. It's still a big day for them. As a result, we have the never-ending discussion on the battle of the genders.
Maar ja, mannen kunnen er gewoon niet tegen als vrouwen bij de hand rijden. Ik denk wel dat vrouwen vaak beter zijn dan mannen, alleen zijn, dat denk ik wel.
Maar is nou een vrouw zwakker of de man zwakker? Wat was nou de Ja, precies.
Well, Eeuwe, you know the answer. Lunchtime again, but this time Vietnamese.
En het is?
Noedels. Dit is een soort brandnetelblad, Vietnamees. Lumpia, egg roll, noedels en de magic salad.
Guido wanted to buy a small foldable bike, handy when traveling with his car to big cities. We discouraged him because it looks silly. Popular in France and allowed, a trottinette. All of us like cooking, so Asian mussels on the menu today. Pâtisserie Comté, famous for its Toulouse Fenetra. It's a sweet gâteau, apricot compote, citrus and almond biscuit crumble. It's a very traditional shop and I just want to buy everything.
On the Barolo, we drink Barolo. Because Guido also is a wine lover, we decided to do a small Barolo wine tasting. We start off with Ettore Germano. This wine is 8 years old.
Op Canal du Midi.
Hij is een beetje te warm, hij had iets meer gekoeld moeten zijn.
We zijn aan het koelen.
Maar hij is ontzettend mooi rijp op dronk. Er zitten nog steeds goede zuren in. Ik vind hem een beetje scherp door de hoge alcohol, 14,5%, dat overheerst hem een beetje. Pruimen, rijp fruit, geen rood bosfruit, dat soort dingen, maar leer, bijna een beetje dat droppige. Hij is echt al in de derde fase van het leven, zeg maar. Fantastisch.
The boys are buying boy food.
Marbled meat. This is why we missed the big green egg. Instead of, we made this outdoor grill on the Barolo. Guido goes discovering Toulouse. The city center is the other direction. Every summer we discover new tattoos on our son. But of course we do love him, with or without all the body paintings. Next day we visit Aeroscopia, the aviation museum.
The first aircraft is attributed to Mr. Adair from Toulouse, and since then Toulouse is connected to the aviation business. This is a beluga, nicknamed Super Guppy, capable of transporting large aircraft parts. It can carry up to 1400 cubic meters, so that's a complete body of an A300 Airbus plane, and only 5 of them were built.
Here you see the first Concorde. This very spacey aircraft made its first test flight in 1969. This prestigious project started off as a cooperation between the British and the French. Only 20 Concordes were built, and among these were 4 prototypes. In 1969 the first one took off, and in 2003 the last one landed. Here we are inside the first test plane. The Concorde was able to fly from London to New York within 3 hours. All equipment is to conduct tests and register results. But in the end, the whole project appeared to be a disaster. Fun fact about the name, Concorde means peace and harmony.
Derived from the Concorde project, the Airbus is a French, British, German and Spanish cooperation. The idea was to design a very large aircraft. The assembly of Airbus is realized in Toulouse. The A300 was the first one. The 3 of us go into town to have dinner. You can ride your bike just about anywhere. Dutch bike parking. Guido is leaving to continue his road trip to Italy. It's been a fabulous week.